Hello and welcome to our channel. In today's video, we focus on the founders and music stars from the band The Supreme who are still legends in their own right. We also explore where they are now. In the 1960s, The Supremes were an American girl group and a premier act of Motown Records. In 1959, Betty McGlown started dating Paul Williams, who was then singing with the Primes. The manager for Primes was scouting for girls in Detroit, Michigan neighborhood to create the Primes sister act. Florence Ballard was discovered, though she recruited Mary Wilson, and Paul Williams asked Diana Ross to join. Due to her connection with Williams, Betty McGlown became the last to join the Primettes. This was the foundation of the Primettes as a spin-off from the Prime. To distinguish themselves from other similar groups in that era, they hired guitarist Marvin Tarplin. In 1961, they changed their name to The Supremes, a name identified by Ballard. The three women joined with Motown Records in 1961, and their hit songs, Where Did Our Love Go and Baby Love, catapulted them to prominence. The band was successful with 12 #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100. Some of the albums include Where Did Our Love Go, I Hear a Symphony, and You Can't Hurry Love. The Supremes influenced music, fashion and hairstyles, product endorsements, television, and film. In addition, the band's contribution broke down racial barriers between blacks and whites. Diana Ross, Mary Wilson, and Cindy Birdsong performed in front of several members of the British royal family at the Royal Variety Performance in London. The Supremes met the Beatles briefly during their first 1964 London visit. Enough of the music history for now. Let us flip and get a closer look at the founders of the Supreme and where they are now. Diana Ross. Diana Ross is best known for her powerful and legendary voice. Diana Ross was born on March 26, 1944. The given name by her mother was Diane Ross. A clerical error occurred and her birth certificate indicated Diana Ross. She is mother to 5 children: Rhonda, Tracy Ellis, Chudney, Ross, and Evan. She rose to fame as the lead singer of the vocal group The Supremes. Their first #1 hit was Where Did Our Love Go in 1964. In 1967, Gordy made Ross the lead singer of the group. That same year, the group's name changed to Diana Ross and the Supremes, highlighting Ross's role as the lead singer. Ross left the Supremes in 1970 to pursue a solo career, leaving Wilson as the group's sole original member. She is 78 years and sings occasionally. Florence Ballard. Florence Glenda Chapman was an American singer and a founding member of the Motown vocal female group The Supremes. Florence was born on June 30, 1943, into a large family that was always beset with financial challenges. Her increasing dependence on alcohol led to tensions, especially with Ross. She sang on 16 different top 40 hits, but left the group in 1967 after a dispute with Motown Records. Ballard, who had been dissatisfied with her diminishing role for a long time, was finally fired from the Supremes. Ballard was replaced by Cindy Birdsong. Ballard signed a solo deal with ABC in 1968, the year that she got married. Ballard's financial situation worsened and she began to fear for her own health and her inability to provide for her family. She mounted something of a comeback in 1975. Ballard died at the age of just 32 in her hometown of Detroit on February 22, 1976. She succumbed to coronary thrombosis. May her soul rest in peace. Mary Wilson. Mary Wilson was an American singer. She gained worldwide recognition as a founding member of the Supremes. Mary Wilson was born on March 6, 1944. She was appointed a U.S. Cultural Ambassador by Colin Powell and became a tireless activist on behalf of another change in the law designed to bring fairer royalties to artists and songwriters for songs recorded before 1972. She was the glue that held the Supremes together. Wilson began a solo career after the group disbanded in 1977. As a solo performer, Wilson toured the world, recorded, acted on stage and television, and participated in celebrity charity events. Wilson wrote about her career with Motown and the Supremes in Dreamgirls, My Life as a Supreme, 1986, and Supreme Faith, Someday We'll Be Together, 1990. Mary Wilson died naturally of hypertensive atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease in February 2021. May her soul rest in peace. Betty McGlown was born on June 30, 1941. Betty never got a chance to sing lead in the studio, but she did on stage in talent shows, parties, etc. She also sang backing vocals along with the other Primettes for Eddie Floyd's. Betty was one of the founding members of the Primettes, later the Supremes. It is through her friendship with Paul Williams that the Supremes originated. McGlown eventually became Mrs. Betty Travis and left the Permets in 1960 to concentrate on her new marriage. She was replaced by local youth Barbara Martin. Betty died on January 12, 2008, aged 66, from complications of diabetes. May her soul rest in peace. We hope you enjoyed the history and learned the complexities of working in a group, while at the same time the group gave each of the members a head start for their solo music careers. Until next time, remember to comment, like and subscribe for more of such videos.